Welcome to UK Voices 22. The stage was set for a glamorous television moment, but what unfolded left Meghan Markle utterly humiliated in front of millions. In what is now being called the roast that ended her Hollywood comeback, Meghan was the target of a merciless takedown by a late-night host who spared no punches. This wasn't playful teasing. This was brutal, unfiltered, career-shattering ridicule delivered live, and Meghan, visibly shaken, couldn't hide her discomfort as the audience roared with laughter. The brutal roast didn't just expose Meghan's Hollywood missteps, it destroyed the carefully crafted image she has been clinging to since leaving the royal family. And for many, this was the moment that confirmed Meghan's career as both a Hollywood star and royal influencer is beyond repair. But what exactly happened during this public takedown? And why do insiders say this is the humiliation Meghan cannot come back from? Stay with me, because the details will shock you. The brutal roast came at a time when Meghan was already facing a credibility crisis. Her failed Spotify deal, dwindling Netflix interest, and repeated public snubs had turned her into late-night comedy fodder. But no one expected the attack to be this raw. The host began by mocking Meghan's endless reinvention attempts, first as a victim of the palace, then as a Hollywood power player, and now as a wannabe activist with no real audience. Each jab cut deeper, and when the punchline hit, Meghan Markle is the only actress who left the biggest stage in the world, the British monarchy, to play the smallest role in Hollywood. Herself, the audience erupted. Meghan, seated stiffly in the front row, forced a smile, but cameras caught her tightening her jaw and whispering something to Harry. That clip has since gone viral, amassing millions of views and sparking fierce debate online. But the humiliation didn't stop there. The roast dragged out Meghan's alleged Hollywood backroom moves, burned bridges with producers, diva-like demands on set, and awkward attempts to relaunch her career through PR stunts. By the end, it was clear this wasn't just comedy, it was exposure. The roast validated what critics have long whispered: Meghan's star power was always manufactured, and without the royal machine behind her, she's exposed as ordinary. Even more devastating were the reactions from the audience. Instead of gasps or sympathy, Meghan's embarrassment was met with laughter, applause, and even standing ovations at the harshest jokes. Insiders say this reaction broke Meghan more than the roast itself. To be laughed at, not with, was the ultimate confirmation that the Hollywood elite has turned its back on her. And here's where it gets more controversial. Reports suggest Meghan had been warned about attending the event. Advisors allegedly told her that the host was planning to go there. Meghan ignored the advice, convinced her presence would signal resilience. Instead, her decision backfired catastrophically, and she walked straight into one of the most humiliating nights of her public life. By the time the roast ended, Meghan had not only been torn apart on stage, but also on social media, where hashtags like #MeghanRoast and #MarkleExposed trended worldwide. Clips of her uncomfortable reactions are now being replayed as memes, cementing her humiliation in the digital Hall of Fame. What makes this moment final, however, is not just the roast, it's the lack of recovery. In Hollywood, even stars with scandals can rebound if they win the audience back. But Meghan's problem is that the audience isn't waiting for her comeback, they're laughing at her downfall. For Meghan, who built her post-royal brand on commanding attention and sympathy, being publicly ridiculed and reduced to a punchline is devastating. The roast didn't just damage her, it destroyed the illusion of power, control, and reinvention she has fought to maintain. And that's why, insiders argue, this is the one scandal she can't come back from. Because once the world decides you're a joke, every attempt to rebuild looks desperate. The brutal roast wasn't just comedy, it was a career obituary. And unless Meghan Markle finds a way to rewrite the narrative soon, this may well be remembered as the night her Hollywood dreams died in plain sight.